Welcome to Mindful Moments. My name is Angela. Thank you to Bowie State University Athletic Department for hosting yoga. And welcome back to Yoga for Stress Relief. This is part 2. I've decided to go ahead and do parts 1 and 2 back to back, and I will do a part 3 and 4 at a later date. So let's get started. And before I point out the props that we will need for today's practice, I would like to tell you about the aroma scent that we are using for today's practice. So again, I love the water diffuser. So I have that going, and the scent for today is clary sage. And I chose that scent and going along with our stress relief. Clary sage is good for calming, good for de-stressing, decompression. It's also good for restlessness. So if you have any troubles with sleeping, it's good to diffuse at bedtime. It's also good for mixing with lavender oil. So if you want to put those two in your diffuser, that would be phenomenal. You would be very happy if you used it in your massage oil for any lower back tension. So if you need to release any stress, knots in your lower back, that's a good way to go. So we will use postures today to help with releasing tension in the lower back and hips. I'm working on hips again today, so that's another reason why I chose the clary sage as the scent for today. Okay, so moving on to the props that we will need. Blankets, 2 or 3 at a minimum. The blocks and the bolster. So again, no blocks, no problem. Veggie cans, bolsters, no problems. Sofa cushions, sofa pillows, even bed pillows. I travel often, and believe me, bed pillows work. I have used hotel bed pillows and they work just as well. Trust me. Alrighty, so if you want to take a moment to maybe set up your diffuser or grab your props, you have a moment to do so. Alright, great. So take a moment to come to your comfortable seated position, and if you will remain seated, just remember to grab your blanket and fold it for meditation style so that your hips can be slightly higher than your knees. You can always have the option to lay down flat on the floor, or if you're in a chair, that's fine too. Just take a moment to arrive here and connect with your breath. Just noticing it. Without any judgment, without trying to change it at all. Noticing the rise and the fall of your chest. Perhaps you notice the connection to your breath and your heartbeat. Perhaps you notice any thoughts that are coming to your mind. And without any judgment, just release those thoughts and come back to this present moment. Come back to this space. Come back to the here and the now. Come back to this gift of relaxation and stress relief. Notice if you're holding any tension in your body. Breathe into those spaces, and on your exhale, as you breathe out the tension as well. Release that tightness. Breathe space into those places. Being mindful of our theme, letting go, releasing what isn't serving us, releasing what isn't serving the notion of being stress-free. And at this moment, at this time, I would like to invite you to set an intention for yourself for this practice. If there's anything that came up for you that you need to let go, if there's any other stressor or challenge, I invite you to just bring that to mind briefly. And release that now. And over the next few inhales and exhales, release that. Let that item go. And on that third exhale, Begin to slowly open your eyes and come into the space, bringing the light of the room or your space in, bringing your awareness to our surroundings. And if you are on a blanket or any sort of prop, just gently come off of your props and move that out of the way for now. Come to a nice, easy seat. Bring our fingertips to touch. Inhale the arms up and exhale down. Inhale up, nice tall long spine, exhale down. Being mindful that the shoulders don't reach up or hunch up toward our ears, but they remain relaxed and down away from our ears. Nice tall spine. Inhale as we raise our arms up. Exhale as we bring our arms down. One breath, one movement in union. Inhale through the nose. Exhale down. One more inhale. And this time as we exhale, twist to the right. Bring our left hand to the knee, the right hand behind us. And as we twist, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist just slightly more. Mindful that our knees don't rise up as we twist, but they remain relaxed. Noticing if we're holding any tension in our hips or our knees. If we're finding that our knees or our hips are rising up, then just slightly back out of the twist. And this is just a gentle twist. It's not anything rigorous or tight. It's gentle. It's a gentle spinal twist, just to begin to oxygenate our spine. Inhale, sit up just a little bit taller as we lengthen our spine, and exhale, slightly twist a little bit more. And again, the chin is turned toward your shoulder. And if the twist is too intense, always back out of it. If the twist on your neck is too intense, the head can stay forward. Again, this practice is all about you, all about your comfort level, whatever feels good in your body. One more inhale, and on the exhale, rise the arms up. Exhale, twist to the left side. Right hand on the knee, left arm to the back as it supports you. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist a little bit more. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Once again, notice if we are holding in our hips or our thighs or even our glutes, and loosen as we exhale, releasing any tension. This is all about releasing, letting the muscles unravel. One more inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release the twist. Fingertips to the mat. Inhale the arms up, palms to touch. Exhale the hands down through heart center. Inhale the arms up. Exhale down. This is all at your own pace. Inhale up through the nose. Exhale down through the nose. Remember, one breath, one movement. Mindful that the spine is nice and tall and long, providing space through the vertebrae so that the oxygen can flow through the spine. Nice, gentle movements. With stress relief, the movements are slower, deliberate. Take two more there at your own pace. And on your final exhale, bring your hands down. Find yourself at center. Take a moment to find stillness and notice how you feel. Okay, so find a comfortable seated position. And if you want to grab a blanket to have it close just in case. But what we will do here, this seated position, crisscross leg or Sukhasana, we will find a forward fold here. So inhale, lengthen tall spine. Exhale, hinge at the hips. So before you bend over, you want to be mindful not to round the spine. So you want to lengthen. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Walk your hands slowly and fold. So you may find your forearms to the floor. And here is where you may want to find your blankets, because the idea is to fully relax in these poses. Okay. So with these blankets, this is what we consider bringing the floor to you. Once again, these are slow, deliberate movements where there isn't the need to go to your limits. This is just where we want to restore restore our muscles, and allow them to release in their own space and time. And with allowing the muscles and the joints to release and find themselves back to not being contracted or restricted and held tight by our fascia, it does cause a little bit of discomfort. So ease out of the poses whenever you feel that it's necessary. And also remember that you can use your breath. Breathe in and breathe into those spaces. We won't hold it here too long. Take 2 more breaths. And on that second exhale, use your hands to push yourself up through center. Very good. So bring the legs out in front of you. Slowly, and if you need to, shake your legs out. Very nice. Grab your bolster and bring your legs into a V shape. Bring the bolster in between your hips here. Bring your legs out as far as comfortable. You can bring them in as close as comfortable also. Pile the blankets up again. This is another intense stretch for the inner thighs, the hamstrings, the shins, quads, all of that lower back. Once again, we want to be mindful not to round our back or our shoulders. We don't want to hunch over. So that's why it's important to pile the props up as much as possible. You can even use the blocks here. Whatever you need to bring the floor as high up to you as possible, where you don't find that you need to hold on in order to hold the posture. That's not the goal. The goal is to totally relax so you can restore your muscles and relieve the stress and the tension that your muscles are holding. Okay, so inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. And remember to breathe into those areas of discomfort, and you will know the difference in between pain and discomfort. Please breathe through the discomfort. You're all doing very well. So a few more breaths. And on your next exhale, push yourself back up with your hands. And move your bolster out of the way. Bring your feet to touch the soles of your feet for butterfly pose. This will be another forward fold as we inhale, hinge at the hips. You can hold your feet, hold your ankles, shins. Another variation. Our wonderful props to help us to release into this pose. More blankets, more props. We need to get those back muscles untangled and those inner thigh muscles and hip joints untangled. This can be an intense stretch as well, so we won't hold that as long either. Just breathe into it. One more breath here. And on your exhale, push yourself up to a seated position. And bring your legs out in front of you and shake your legs out. Yes, I know. You can even rub your thighs here. Let that go. Very nice. So, have your bolster nearby because I'm going to show you two variations of fish pose. So, blocks. We'll have one just to the tallest height for now, just to show you. And this one is either flat or like this, just depending on how it feels in your body. And then the bolster nearby, so I can show you the other variation, just in case the block, or if you don't have a block, is not accessible. So you have the block here, and essentially it's going to be at the base of your shoulder blades. And starts here. Your feet are planted flat on the mat. And what you're doing is the block is between your shoulder blades. And you are just allowing the block to line up between your shoulder blades. So in addition to this feeling like a massage between your shoulder blades, it's also a heart opener. So it's stretching the chest here, and it is releasing any tension between the shoulder blades. And then you lay your legs flat and let the feet flop out, your hands down to your side. And the other block is here just in case laying your neck down is too intense. Some students like to have the block here to help hold their head up, or also at the medium height here. And this feels really good. It feels really nice to release all of the tension between the shoulder blades and the scapula. This is a very comfortable posture. So I will show you a variation in case you don't have blocks. So one option is you have the bolster and you lay across it this way. And this is a very deep back bend. So essentially the fish pose is a back bend. Helps to stretch out the back and the shoulders. So this is it with the bolster. And if this is too intense of a back bend, then you can have it long ways. So you bring it up to the base of your spine and fully lay on it this way, where your whole torso, head and neck is supported. And lay this way. So this would be either your bolster or your cushions or pillows. And it's the same concept. Lay here and relax. To release the tension between your shoulder blades and the back, the lower back. So since it took a little extra time to demo the different variations of this pose, I will allow you to lay in this one for a little extra time because it is a very, very relaxing and opening posture. So I do hope that's okay with you. And of course, at any time, if you want to come out of that pose, please feel free. You don't have to stay in any posture longer than you want to. You can always come out of it whenever you feel like it. You can come back and meet me in a nice easy seat. You can come back to meditation, but either way, the goal here is to relieve stress and relax and restore. Okay, so take a few more cleansing breaths here, and as you allow gravity to pull your body into those props and fully release and let go as you inhale and exhale. On your next exhale, slowly roll off to one side. And just carefully move your props out of your way and gently come up to a seated position. Don't move your prop out of your way too far. We will use that now again. So this next posture that we're going into is the supported child's pose. And we did that posture in part 1, but I will show it to you again, just in case you weren't here for part 1. So, like the traditional child's pose, we will bring our big toes to touch, the knees out wide as the mat. Bring our bolster or cushion, whatever prop we have, to our inner thigh, and fully supported, we will lay onto our prop. Some people also like to have their blanket underneath their hips, between their heels, and we fold it or roll it into a noodle and place it under the hips between the heels as extra support. Since we aren't totally fully on the bolster. So some people like this added support there. Okay. And just on the exhale, again, hinging at the hips. Slowly coming over. The hands are stretched out wide in front. Forearms to the sides or straight back behind with the palms facing up. Whichever position feels most comfortable for you. And you can play with whichever cheek is comfortable on your bolster. You can actually switch sides, just being mindful as you rotate your neck to do that slowly, not to cause any additional tension or stress on your neck. If you would like to, at this moment, bring to mind your intention and knowing that at this moment you are fully supported with your props beneath you and just releasing into the relaxation mode and the release mode. Our theme of letting go and stress relief. take 2 more breaths here. And on your next exhale, slowly push yourself up. Keep your bolster handy. And come over, come onto your back. And our next posture which is also our last posture before we wind down before Shavasana, is our supported bridge. So you can take the bolster or a block. There's a couple of variations for this. I'll show you the bolster first. So you bring this right to the base of your spine. You can bring your hands behind the bolster. Lift up. Just like our bridge pose. Feet flat to the mat. Palms facing down. And relax. You should feel a lot of tension releasing from your lower back. And from here, you can go directly into another pose, which is legs up the wall. So you can just kind of like brace yourself. Inhale, raise the legs up, feet are flexed. And this pose is good for circulation, oxygenation, relaxation, and of course, stress relief. This is supported legs up the wall. This this is actually also a posture that we do literally at the wall. And if you find that this may be a little too much on the neck, a lot of times students like to put the blanket under their neck. Not to have the blanket now, but you kind of roll like a little teeny, kind of like a neck roll under there. For support. And you can stay here for a very long time. Inhale, bring the feet down. And to come off, you just inhale, lift, bring the bolster down. And those of you on the bolster or cushions, you can stay there a little bit longer. You don't have to stay and legs up the wall that long, but do stay in the supported bridge so I can show those who have the block that variation. It's the same, but you just want to make sure it's at the base of your lower back. You don't want it like the mid back. You want it here so it's not pressing against the spine. You want it right here. Like the sacrum. Fully supported. And you can also have the blanket here if need be. So supported bridge with the block. And also inhale, legs up the wall. And when you want to come down, exhale. Lower the legs slowly. And to come off of the props, come to your tiptoes, inhale, lift the hips, remove the props. We did a lot of lower back, so I would like to do a few counter stretches with some spinal twist. Come flat to the mat, feet to touch the mat. Bring the right leg over the left. Inhale, leg up, hold it in for modified pigeon. Flex the feet, hold it for a few breaths. Inhale and exhale. Few more breaths here. And release. Switch sides. Inhale and exhale. And release. And we will do a double leg spinal twist. Inhale the legs up, hug them in, and just roll around for a few hip circles and spinal massage. Plant the feet, palms on the floor, roll up as you inhale. Shift the hips slightly to the left and roll both legs at the same time toward the right and look to the left. Your hands, palms can face toward the floor. It can be diagonal or straight out to a T. or either in a U shape. If your gaze is opposite of your legs, that's more of an intense stretch. You can always face forward for less of an intense stretch. Just a few more inhales and exhales here. Inhale, bring the legs to center. Inhale, roll the spine up one vertebrae at a time. Exhale, switch slightly to the right. And on your exhale, roll the knees down toward the left side. And gaze is to the right side. Close your eyes if you like. Again, the arms are diagonal, out to a T or a U shape. Take a nice few cleansing breaths here. Very nice. Inhale, bring the legs up through center. And now it's time for Shavasana. Grab your blankets, and of course, in the spirit of stress relief and supported postures, feel free to grab your bolster and have it under your knees or your ankles. Lie back, grab your blanket, get comfortable. Feel free at this time to close your eyes. Fully relax. Taking a moment to ground in the space. Notice how your body is feeling. Maybe take a little body scan. See if you notice a difference between now or how you felt at the beginning of practice. Over the next few breaths, find yourself into a comfortable seated position. Just slowly roll over to your side and gently push yourself up. Or if you have the opportunity to remain lying down and continue on with Savasana, I invite you to do that as well. However it is that you can maintain this meditative state, I hope that you are able to do so. I invite you now to slowly open your eyes and bring your awareness back into your space. Bringing your hands to heart center. Thank you very much for sharing a practice with me today. I truly hope this was helpful. I look forward to seeing you the next time. Namaste.